Hi, my name is Mrs. Hrusovsky, and I wanted to thank you for attending Follow the Schedule Night. Here you are going to find some important information about 7th grade science. I wanted to first introduce myself and tell you a little bit about me. I am beginning my 4th year teaching, all in the Mentor School District. I started student teaching and completed 1 year at Shore, teaching 8th grade science. Then I moved to Memorial to teach 2 years of 7th grade science, and now I am back teaching 7th and 8th grade science at Shore Middle School. This past summer I married Mr. Hrusovsky, who is the health and PE teacher at Shore. In my free time I coach volleyball. I coach the 8th grade volleyball team at Memorial Middle School and a national volleyball team at Eastside Volleyball Club on Tyler Boulevard in Mentor. I grew up in Mentor schools, attending Ridge Junior High and graduating from Mentor High in 2006, so I've always been a Cardinal my entire life. As far as class materials, there are a couple things that students should bring every day. I will explain later, but it's important that the students bring headphones. I do have a couple extra pair for students that do not have any, but if they do, it's important that they bring them every day. They should also have a folder with some paper in it and a pencil. As you might know, all of our 8th graders currently have their own iPad. I teach 4 8th grade classes and 1 7th grade class. As often as possible, I would like our 7th graders using a device as well. We currently have several Chromebook carts and iPad carts available for teachers to check out. This is something we'll be doing often in science. While they won't be on devices all the time, sometimes it might only be for a few minutes in class or a way for them to submit a quick quiz so that I can check on their progress. With this becomes a learning curve. We are going to be doing some things that students are not used to doing in a classroom before. All information is going to be put online so that they have access to it 24/7. Sometimes technology doesn't work the way we want it to. This is going to be an adjustment that we will get used to throughout the year as well. In my classroom, you will see the new chairs and desks. They all have wheels on that to promote easy movement for grouping and stations. Some apps or programs that the kids will be using a lot in class are Schoology, which I'll explain later, Google Drive, Socrative, and a QR code reader. There will also be handouts to explain Remind. I encouraged all of the 7th grade students to sign up for Remind on their own phones if possible. Remind is a way for teachers to safely send messages to their phones as a text message so that they can be reminded of important information or announcements. The handouts on the table will also give information for you on how you can sign up with your device. This is available through an app or through a simple text message. Whenever students are using a device in the classroom, they will always be using their numbered device. This is to keep track of any information that is used on the device or anything that might go wrong. Schoology is an app and website that the students will be using often in class. This basically acts as our class website. All information is kept on this website. This means agendas, for example, what we are doing each day in class, notes, video notes, discussion boards, tests, and more. This is an example of what Schoology looks like to the student when they first log in. When they log in, they will see a list of folders. These folders help to keep all information organized. The Agendas tab is sorted by months and helps to show the students what we will be doing in class. When they go here, they will see all of the steps for class and anything that might be due or important announcements for the day. This is going to be an important area to visit when a student is absent. Here they can find all missing work and what they need to do to complete their missing work. The assignments folder will be used for assignments that are given as homework or in-class assignments. There they can find the directions and any important links or information that they need to complete the assignment. The discussions folder is where we will have our discussions located. When they access this folder, they can see the topic used in class, and then they can complete the discussion. Sometimes these will be used to wrap up an activity or lab, and other times it's used to preview an upcoming assignment. Students are encouraged to reply to their classmates, but also reminded that they need to be respectful of their peers' postings. This will also be a common place for students to take their tests and quizzes. One of the big reasons of taking tests and quizzes online will be because it provides instant feedback to the students. They will now know their success as soon as they leave the classroom instead of having to wait several days or a week to find out their score. If students do not feel comfortable taking their test or quiz online, the option of paper and pencil is always an option. The last two areas that will be important for you to note are the Files, Links, and Notes folder and the Videos folder. Here they can find video notes to anything discussed in class. Okay, they're usually narrated by myself or the other science teachers. They can also find a regular PDF version of the notes as well, if that's something that they need to look over. This will be very helpful for a student who doesn't understand the material or wants some time to extra study or is absent that day. One of the nice parts about Schoology and other online platforms is it's going to be easier for students to retake assessments. I want my students to feel successful, so if the case that they don't do as well on an assessment as they wanted to, we will be able to go back, go over the material, or reteach any areas that they are unsure about. Then they can retake the assessment to improve their score. Parent codes will be handed out next week in order for you to access Schoology as a parent from home. The gradebook will be divided into two different categories, summative and formative. 80% of the grade is based on summative. These are basically activities, projects, tests, or final labs that wrap up a section or unit. 20% is focused on formative. This is homework, quick quizzes, quick checks, or activities along the way. There are just a couple extra pieces of information I want to share with you. One of the big rules or expectations discussed in my class is respect. I talk to the students how it's important to be respectful to their peers and the equipment. If for some reason we have 3 issues, that will be a detention. Quite often I will email out important information that I feel you as a parent should know about what is happening in your son or daughter's science class. I am also available for mornings if anyone needs help. After volleyball season, I will be available after school as well. The best way to contact me will be through email or eventually Schoology when you have your parent code. If at any time you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am excited to work with your son or daughter this school year.